you had the bubble scenario, the whole nine. So
Yes.
there was a little bit more to it than that. So so yeah, I, I I like the games and all that. I mean, I liked some of the product that we got from it and all, but I don't know. It's not. It wasn't the sport that was because it was COVID year. It was always to me going to be a little bit of an asterisk, not necessarily for say who's good or bad or indifferent, but none of those cats repeated their performance really. Phoenix,
Yeah,
because they
because
played.
they were hot, but they
They
didn't make
didn't.
the
They
playoffs.
didn't
But they
make.
were the one team you did not want to play when they're under,
Well,
because they
they
were down
didn't.
at what, 9 in a row in the
Yeah.
bubble
Yep. They didn't win.
to
They
get
didn't,
that run. They just
yeah.
didn't get. They just were too far behind
Right.
to do it. But yeah, and they kept it going.
Right. And they're the
And it
only
looks on
ones.
there, you look with it. What they did was how they drafted the team was
Sure.
looks like now he was the best player of the draft at the time, and Booker just they didn't know they got what they got when they drafted him.
Right.
They thought he'd be a good player, and he turns out to be a superstar
Yeah. Yep.
with it. And then you get Chris Paul, who seems to be like he's on a mission here to redeem the what's happened all the years on where he's flamed out in the playoffs.
Well, and it's one of those things where like it's a matter of injury issues, other teammate issues, like how it's always something, right? But yeah, it's always kind of centered around Chris Paul. So he's had this stigma of not being able to get it done, even though he's the best point guard in the league.
Yes.
And so it's one of those things that it just I don't know it's I don't know, just one of them things, man.
Yeah.
I just I if you're not I think it's a changing of the guard. Cats are like, oh, so and so stays healthy and whatever. Oh, this short, truncated season, all this, all that. I'm not hearing the shorter season, the quicker turnaround, the longer. I'm not hearing any of that, because if you look at the cats that you're having issues with, they're all
Older.
they're all older. They all have. It doesn't matter if it's a regular year; they don't play all the games, and so like that. But when you that's something that Chris Paul could have an issue with if he doesn't do this thing. Right. So it's one of those things where, like, and of course that's he's playing like that. I really believe is because of that urgency. Like, he knows going through all this gonna happen again. I mean, ask Dan Marino.
Right.
And so, and he's got to get it. And if he wants to get rid of that stigma,
he's got
to and then ultimately in the end, can he maintain a healthy 82 game season and continue to do this? Now, he did well in this situation, and everybody will make arguments about oh, well, if these teams are healthy and this team was healthy, then they'd have never made this and no one would have made that. I'm not here,
if my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle.
Oh, right. And so
again,
but he wants he's got to avoid getting caught in that. So he's caught in between where he's going to be at an issue where he's not going to be able to physically do it. And now, so he's got a good team. He's got the experience. He's got everything going on. And before his body breaks down, he needs to win it.
Right. You're going to see that too, like on it. Again, watch out next year for, Kevin Durant goes into the playoffs. Again, they got lost in the second round, but he's playing the Olympics. Now he's over 30 years old now.
Right.
So he's going to play again. He's going to be playing into August under that short. Your body needs to heal it, and that's where you saw the other cats under their body couldn't recover from last season. That getting with it to play another season. Yes, they're having games off, but that again, LeBron again, he's 37 years old, but he's like in basketball years, he's 43.
Right.
Because again, every year he gets to the finals or deep into the playoffs and that. With it for 17 years.
Right.
It
just takes its toll, and it's one of them things. And I think, I don't know. We'll see what happens with the whole Chris Paul legacy, but I mean, he wins a championship here, then he doesn't have to worry about it.
Gets a little bit
and this is about as close as I think he'll ever get.
Yes.
And so
now, he may be a free agent after this year too.
No, I do believe he's got 2 more years.
2 more years, okay.
So,
but yeah, I mean,
but yeah, is this the ideal matchup for the NBA or for national fans? No, of course not. But you know.
But you're seeing it changing, as we said, changing of the guard.
Yeah, I think it's
all these younger guys out there.
Well, and all these other guys are gonna just be hurt.
Right.
It's gonna be one of those things.
Yeah,
and if Harden doesn't stop being fat, he's gonna be another issue.
Yes.
You know, I don't want to hear about he pulled his groin. Yeah, he's fat.
Right.
He's not taking care of his body.
Right.
You know, it's one thing to be, you know, a big-bodied person. It's another thing to not take care of your body and be an athlete.
Right.
And when you're trying to be an athlete, and he hasn't been taking care of his body like that. So.
Jesus, I mean, I'm like, dude, we see it firsthand. He's a tool.
Yeah, he's such a douche.
He's the king of meaningless
garbage
time points and stats.
Dude, if he develops a sky hook, I will lose my mind. I'd lose my mind if he developed a free throw shot. Get the F out of here. You know what? I'd really lose my mind if he developed a personality.
Besides a douche?
He's just a dick.
A canoe?
He is such a douche canoe. I just don't even know what to say. He's not a good person.
No. Part of me, that's why I don't want the Lakers to win.
That's why they'll never win as long as Drummond's over there.
He's like the anti.
Yeah. That's why all this happened to you guys. Don't you know? We tried to tell you.
It's karma.
Yeah.
Come on, you get the 2 other franchises he played with. We couldn't wait to get rid of him.
Yeah.
What are we getting for him? Yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
We'll take a bunch
of bag of ho-hos. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we'll take a package of lips and assholes.
What are the
to tie back to our first segment
from Joey Chestnut that he won't eat on
the Nathans that he fucking big time CBS Sports on the DA show.
So yeah, on that. So we got that. We got a little baseball going on there too. The Tigers now 3.5 games out of second place.
Dude, like they've been balling. Yes. Like what is going on?
But what it is like, yeah, the younger guys are playing.
Uh-huh.
I mean, Haas is playing out of his freaking mind. He's got 12 home runs over the weekend.
Oh yeah, that was nice. Well, it's fun. It's fun. In Canada, Mike, you should be happy your Tigers are playing well.
Screw up in the outfield.
Yeah.
On there, but it's still. I mean, for a catcher, it's got that kind of speed in it. It's like, damn.
Yep. No, it's nice to hear. Like I don't. So okay. You know my take on how baseball is as it is, and the Tigers have been really bad. So, like, not like going out of my way to go to a game or anything like that, but we talked about it. I like to have the radio on and listen to the games. And so I've not been as diligent as in years past, but the few times I've I'm like, wait a minute. They're up? You know, they're up 3-1? Oh, I'm going to listen to the game. And then I'm like,
and they battle back.
Right. And I'm like, oh. I listen to the game and they're down and I'm like, oh, and I go into the shop and I do some things and then I go back and I get in my truck and I turn it on and then they're tied and I'm like, whoa, okay, and then they win and I'm like, well, how about that? And you can't win them all, but you know they're playing pretty good right now. Like you said, some of the younger players, the newer talent, getting some things done. So yeah, like. They're getting close to 500. I didn't think I'd see it.
Especially with the next 20